Hello, welcome to the session. In this session, we shall study about properties of conjugation function. In the previous session, we have defined the conjugate of a complex number. That is, for any complex number, that is equal to a plus ib, the conjugate of z, we define the conjugate of z is the complex number a plus ib denoted by z. So for any given complex number, the conjugate of z means it is the complex number a minus ib. It is got by just negating the imaginary part. If the complex number is given to be a plus ib, a is the real part and b is the imaginary part. So just negate the imaginary part. If we have b, replace it by minus, then you will get the corresponding conjugate of the given complex number and we denote it by z bar. And for a given complex number a plus ib, its conjugate is unique. Right? For a given complex number, we can write one and only one conjugate. So we can treat it as a function and we call it as conjugate function. Conjugate function. It is the function from C to C which carries every complex number a plus ib to its conjugate, which is denoted which is a minus ib. Or according to our notation, that is f of, if I take this complex number as z, what is its image? A minus ib, and we denote it by z bar. So this is the conjugation function, or we can say it as conjugate function. And we have discussed some of the properties of this function in the previous session. That is, f is both 1 and on. It is both 1 and on. Hence, it is a bijective function. Now, in this session, we shall study some of the properties of this function. Right? So, properties are, for any two complex numbers z1 and z2, the first property is z1 plus z2 whole bar. Z1 plus Z2 whole bar. And we can read it as conjugate of Z1 plus Z2 is Z1 bar plus Z2 bar. In simple words, I can say conjugate of the sum is sum of the conjugates. Conjugate of the sum is sum of the conjugates. Second one is Z1 into Z2 whole bar. That is conjugate of Z1 into Z2 is conjugate of Z1 into conjugate of Z. That is conjugate of the product is product of the conjugates. The third property is Z1 by Z2 whole bar. Z1 by Z2 whole bar is Z1 bar by Z2 bar. And in this property we have a condition, that is provided the denominator number is non-zero. So that is conjugate of the quotient. Conjugate of the quotient is quotient of the conjugates. And this property holds provided the denominator number should be non-zero. You know, if the denominator is equal to 0, then the number will become infinite. So hence we will avoid that case. And the fourth property is Z1 bar bar. Z1 double bar is Z1 itself. Z1 double bar is Z1 itself. And the fifth property is Z Z1 bar is nothing but Z1 if and only if Z1 is real. Z1 is real. So these are the 5 properties concerning the conjugate function. So we can prove this 5 properties very easily, just following steps. So first we shall try to prove that. The first one, to prove Z1 plus Z2 whole bar is Z1 bar plus Z2. To prove this, so what we have, Z1 and Z2 are any two complex numbers. So you know how will be complex numbers? They will be of the form A plus IB. So I take Z1 to be the complex number A1 plus IB1 and Z2B A2 plus IB. So just for calculation purpose, I am taking Z1 and Z2B, these two complex numbers. Then what I have to calculate here? Conjugate of Z1 plus Z2. So first, see what is Z1 plus Z2. So we have the complex number Z1 plus Z2. Now we have to add these two complex numbers. How we will add two complex numbers? We will add real part to the real part, imaginary part to the imaginary part. So Z1 plus Z2 will be A1 plus A2 plus I into B1 plus B. We will add real and imaginary parts separately by treating complex numbers as linear polynomial in the variable I. We add complex numbers as we add any two polynomials. Okay, now I have Z1 plus Z2. Okay. Now I have a complex number and every complex number will have its conjugate, right? So what is the conjugate of Z1 plus Z2? It is denoted by Z1 plus Z2 bar. So now I have to write the conjugate of this complex number. How we will write its conjugate? If this is the complex number, we get the conjugate by negating the imaginary part. Here the imaginary part is B1 plus B2. Replace it by its negative. So real part as it is plus I into, so in place of B1 plus B2, I have to write minus of B1 plus B. Now multiply this minus 2, this plus, so what we get? A1 plus A2 minus I into B1 plus B. So now multiply and separate A1 B1 from A2 B2, right? So A1 as it is minus I into B1 plus A2 as it is minus I into B. So what is A1 minus IB1? It is the conjugate of the complex number Z1, because Z1 is A1 plus IB1, so its imaginary part is B1. So if I replace it by minus B1, then this will be its conjugate. So it is conjugate of Z1 plus it is nothing but conjugate of Z. So we proved Z1 plus Z2 whole bar is Z1 bar plus Z2 bar. So in words, I can say conjugate of the sum is sum of the conjugates. So this is the first property. So similarly, second one is to prove Z1 into Z2 whole bar is Z1 bar into Z2 bar. Right? So once again, for calculation purpose, I take Z1 to be A1 plus IB1 and Z2 to be A2 plus IB. Right? Now I need to calculate conjugate of Z1 into Z2. Right? First, see what will be Z1 into Z2. Z1 and Z2 are complex numbers. Now I have to take the product of these two complex numbers. And you know how to multiply. How we will multiply? A1, A2 minus B1, B2 plus I into A1, B2 plus B1, B2. So use that rule. If I have two complex numbers, A plus IB, C plus ID, how we will multiply? AC minus BD, AD plus BC. Right? So I have used that rule. Now we have this complex number. The complex number Z1 into Z2 is this one. Now I need the conjugate of that. What it will be? Z1 into Z2 whole bar. Right? Just have to write its conjugate, and it is got by negating the imaginary part. So A plus IB is there. So its conjugate will be A minus IB. That's it. So A1, A2 minus B1, B2 minus I into A1, B2 plus B1, A. This will be the LHS. Now we can evaluate this or simplify this to get the RHS, or we can separately evaluate this RHS part and show that it is equal to LHS. Now I consider the RHS part. What is this? Z1 bar into Z2 bar. So what is Z1 bar? Z1 is A plus A1 plus IB1. Z1 bar. Its conjugate will be A1 minus IB1 into Z2 bar. Z2 bar is A2 minus IB. Now I have product of two complex numbers. So just multiply it. So A1, A2 minus. So if I have A plus IB into C plus ID, AC minus BD. In place of B, I have minus B1. In place of B, I have minus B2. So minus B1 into minus B plus I times AD plus BC. Right? That is A1 into minus B2 plus minus B1 into 2. And what is this? A1, A2 minus minus plus. So just B1, B2 plus I into here also minus, here also minus. I can take minus common. So minus I into A1, B2 plus B1. So now compare LHS and RHS. If I call this as 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, so what we have? LHS is equal to RHS. That is what we got as conjugate of the product is product of the conjugates. Right? This proves the second problem. Now, the third one. So the third one is quotient. So the quotient I leave it to yourself. Try this as I have done in the both the above two properties. Try in the same way. That is, so what we have to do is have to prove Z1 by Z2 whole bar is Z1 bar by Z2 bar. I have to go with LHS. Start with LHS and try to simplify it, and on the other hand take RHS and try to simplify it again. So now finally show that LHS is equal to RHS. And for that I have to take some representation for Z1 and Z2. That is, take Z1 to be A1 plus IB1 and take Z2 to be A2 plus IB2. With those representations, just try to prove this one. Now I go on to the fourth property. The fourth property is very simple. Now what you have to prove? Z1 bar, 4 bar, Z1 bar is Z. You have to prove. So for once again, take some representation from Z1. Z1 is a complex number, so it will be of the form some A1 plus IB. Now consider Z1 bar. So double bar means Z1 bar means Z1 bar whole bar, right? So Z1 bar means it will be conjugate of Z1, which will be again a complex number. Again, you have to apply conjugate for that complex number. So whole bar. So now I have to write Z1 bar. So Z1 bar means conjugate of Z1. Z1 is A1 plus IB1. Its conjugate Z1 bar will be A1 minus IB1. Right? Now I have to write the conjugate of this complex number. And what is this complex number? A1 minus IB1. That means it is a complex number with real part A1 and the imaginary part is minus B1. To get its conjugate, what you have to do? Just replace its imaginary part by its negation. So we have a minus B1, replace it by B1. Or it is A1 minus I. So replace B1 by minus B1. So it is A1 plus IB. Or you can make it further simpler. So imaginary part is minus B1. Imaginary part is minus B1. To get the conjugate, you have to replace the imaginary part by its negation. So negative part. So its negation is B1. So it will be A1 plus IB1. And what is this? It is nothing but 7. So hence we prove Z1 bar is Z1. Now the last one, fifth property. So what is it? So we have to prove Z1 bar is nothing but Z1. The conjugate of Z1 is itself if and only if it is real. That is, it is a real number. So it is an if and only if condition. Means this condition implies this, and conversely this condition implies this one. So in the direct part, what we have to assume? Assume Z1 bar equals 7. And in common, once again I take some representation for Z1 as some A1 plus IB. Now Z1 bar is nothing but Z1. So use this equation. Z1 bar means A1 minus IB. So Z1 is A1 plus IB1. So A1 gets cancelled on both the sides. Take minus IB1 to the right, so it will be 2IB1 because it will be plus IB1. IB1 plus IB1 will be 2IB1. Will be equal to 0. So we have product of two numbers is equal to 0. So any one of this has to be 0, but 2I cannot be equal to 0. So hence B1 has to be equal to 0. So substitute this in the representation of Z1. So Z1 is A1 plus IB1. So A1 plus I into C. So what is this? Z1 is a complex number with its imaginary part is equal to 0. Such a number is called real number. So it is A1 which is real. Which proves the direct part. Now the converse. Converse, what we have to assume? Assume Z1 is real. If Z1 is real means its imaginary part has to be 0. So then Z1 will be of the form Z1 plus I into 0 for some real number A. Right? So Z1 is real means it is a complex number with its imaginary part equal to 0. So Z1 will be of this form. Now what we have to prove? Z1 bar is nothing but Z. Right? But then in this case Z1 bar will be. So have to get the conjugate of this number, I have to replace the imaginary part by its negative, right? So in the imaginary part we have 0. So minus 0 plus 0 are one and the same because 0 is neither negative nor positive. So we can write Z1 bar as just A1. Right? What is A1? It is nothing but Z. So what we prove? So hence, therefore, Z1 bar is nothing but Z1. If one only Z1 is 2. So the conjugate of a complex number is itself, provided it is a real number. Only in the case if it is a real number, then its conjugate will be itself. In the remaining case, it will not be. Okay. So these are the 5 properties related to the conjugate function. Now we have a function from C to C, right, which is defined by, in this way, a plus ib is carried to a minus ib. That is the conjugate function. It carries every complex number a plus ib to a unique complex number which is defined by a minus ib. Or by our representation, so if I take a plus ib as z, then a minus ib is represented by z. So where z is a plus ib. And in the previous session, we have proved this function is bijective. We have this bijective. Now, just see, is F and homomorphism? Is F a homomorphism? So F is homomorphism if it preserves the binary operations. That is, f of z1 plus z2 has to be equal to f of z1 plus f of z2. Now, first of all, what is f of z1 plus z2? F of z is z bar. F carries every complex number to its conjugate. So F carries this complex number to its conjugate also. Right? But what is Z1 plus Z2 whole bar? It is Z1 bar plus Z2 bar. And once again, what is Z1 bar? It is the image of Z1 under the function F. And similarly, this is the image of the complex number Z2 under the function F. So we proved f of Z1 plus Z2 is f of Z1 plus f of Z. Similarly, for the another binary operation, C is a field, so hence it has 2 binary operations on it. One is addition, the other is multiplication. So I have to verify homomorphism condition with respect to both the operations. So now consider f of z1 into z2. Once again, use the definition of the function. The function will carry every complex number to its conjugate. So it carries the complex number z1 into z2 its conjugate. It is denoted by z1 into z2 whole bar. Now use this property. Then will be z1 bar into Z2 pi, which is f of Z1 into f of Z. Hence, f is a bijective function, which is also a homomorphism. Hence, so what we call such a function? A homomorphism bijective function is an isomorphism. The conjugate function is an isomorphism of C onto itself. The conjugate function is an isomorphism from C onto itself. So these are the properties of conjugate function. And by this session will end, and I will continue the complex analysis in the next session. Thank you.